My dear brothers and sisters, Jesus being approached by Andrew and Philip. We have been in the past few days celebrating the lives of many saints. Today is the feast of Saint Maria Goretti, someone who has laid down the life for the sake of her virginity, for purity, chastity. She preferred to die than to give in to the allurement of the flesh. And the end result was she was stabbed to death. A young girl to desire and to stand by the faith in the teachings of Jesus. On 3rd of this month, we celebrated the solemnity of the apostle of our country, Saint Thomas. A man we know was pierced with a lance from behind. What was the reason? Simply because he came to a land which is totally strange to him. He proclaimed the gospel, proclaimed Jesus Christ, and brought many to faith, established churches, and the anger of the evil through the human beings was directed against him. And on St. Thomas Mount, he was martyred, gave up his life. 29th of last month, we celebrated the solemnity of Peter and Paul, two mighty pillars of our faith, of our church. We know the end of both of them. Peter, how right from the beginnings of the church, he was being hounded out by the enemies of the church. So much of persecutions that he has gone through. A man who denied Jesus became the pillar of our faith. He endured much persecutions, atrocities committed against Peter and the other apostles, never ever wavered. They were imprisoned, beaten, and the moment they were released from the prison, they went up to the synagogue and proclaimed Jesus. And towards the end of his life, he was in Rome, wherein because of the terrible persecution that was directed against Peter and his fellow beings, every believer, Peter was running away from Rome. And Peter sees a vision as he was moving away, Jesus carrying his cross and coming towards Rome. Peter was surprised. And he said, Jesus, where are you going? And the answer of Jesus was very clear. Message to Peter, I'm going to Rome. Quo vadis? Return to Rome. Peter understood the message. Peter returned to Rome, surrendered to the civil authorities, the persecutors, pleaded with them, I am not worthy to be crucified like my master. Therefore, kindly crucify me upside down, with the head downward. Gloriously, he took upon himself the crucifixion upside down. The first pope, upon whom Jesus said, upon you I shall build my church. Peter, you are the rock, and upon this rock I will build my church. The way Jesus strengthened Peter with deep faith in order to build the church, Jesus has not stopped building his church. He still continues to build his church. 2000 years have passed by. Jesus has not stopped building his church. And upon this rock, Peter, and he began to build on that foundation. Jesus Christ, the foundation of the building of the church. And on this rock, Peter continues to build right down through the ages. Centuries and millenniums have passed by. Jesus Christ still continues to build his church. Upon the faith of Peter, which he put on Jesus,